Okay, so here's the continuation. We're solving a compound inequality. Okay, so notice the first thing that we want to recognize now that we've got no equal signs, now we're back into inequalities, is that if we have a less than symbol or a less than or equal to symbol, we're talking about an and. Okay? If we have a greater than or a greater than or equal to, we're talking about an or. Okay, that's from the original. So when we have the absolute value of A is less than B, we are looking at an and where A is greater than negative B and A is less than B. Okay. If it were equal, we would fill these circles in and we would have the little bar underneath. To solve an inequality in the form absolute value of A is greater than B, where A is a variable expression and B is greater than 0. Remember, B always has to be bigger than 0. Solve the compound inequality this or this, okay? And then these are true as well. So we have to remember that less than or equal to is and, greater than or equal to is or. Okay. Let's see how that works. All right, so look at this symbol. Which one is it going to be, an and or an or? Hopefully you said it was going to be an or. So I'm going to rewrite it. Okay, and then I'm going to do my two different pieces. Okay, so I'm going to take 2x plus 4 greater than or equal to 5, or 2x plus 4. Now let's look at something real quick. Okay. Do you notice how right here we have the absolute value of A is greater than B? When we make it equal to the positive number, it still is greater than B. But when we make it compared to the negative number, you see how the inequality switches? Okay? Interesting to point out. So now I'm going to put less than or equal to, and I'm going to do negative 5. Okay? So we switch the inequality because we're making it a negative. Okay? All right, so now I'm going to solve it. Subtract 4 from both sides. 2x greater than or equal to 1, and then divide by 2. X is greater than or equal to 1/2. Or subtract 4, 2x is less than or equal to negative 9, divide both sides by 2, x is less than or equal to negative 4.5. Okay, remember it's an or, so this one, if we were to graph it, remember you don't graph it this way, only I do. Put a closed circle because it says greater than or equal to. I'm shading to the right. And here, I'm going to put negative 4.5. I'm going to do closed circle as well. I'm going to shade to the left. Okay. So this one is involving greater than or equal to, so therefore it's going to be an or. Okay, now, we've got a word problem, but it's also going to be less than or equal to. Okay. Right. So a food manufacturer makes 32-ounce boxes of pasta. Not every box weighs exactly 32 ounces. The allowable difference from the ideal weight is at most 0.05 ounces. Write and solve an absolute value inequality to find the range of allowable weights. Okay, we're going to kind of model this after the example that's in the book. Okay, they make them 32. Okay, so this is going to be the actual weight. And we know that the difference is at most 0.05. So at most is this. Okay. There's going to be a slight difference here. Some of them will be more than 32, some of them will be less. So I'm going to take x minus 32 and then put the absolute value symbols around. Okay, so x minus 32 is less than or equal to 0.05. This is going to show us the difference. So if a box comes out and it weighs 31 ounces, then there's a difference of 1 ounce between those two, which means it wouldn't be okay. Remember, this symbol tells us it's going to be what type of compound inequality? This one says it's going to be an and. So I set my things equal. Okay, and then I do my other one over here. Remember, I now switch that. Oops, sorry. Remember, anytime I make it the negative number, I always need to flip the inequality. Okay, so plus 32. So x needs to be less than or equal to 32.05. And I'm going to add 32. I'm going to get x is going to be greater than or equal to 31.95. Okay, so the range of allowable weights is going to be between 31.95, it's going to be less than or equal to x, which is also going to be less than or equal to 32.05. So as the box is coming off the conveyor, if it doesn't weigh between these, they get rid of it. Right? They pass it on. Right? There's another example of this in your book. It's a good one to follow because they've answered it, worked it out for you, and whatnot as well. Here's your lesson check. Okay, that's it. See you.